Tech check, audio check. Tech check, audio check. Audio check is good. Audio check is good. Now, game display. No game display. Try Windows Capture since Game Capture doesn't work. Nope. Try that. Refresh it. No. Nope. 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 That's definitely not detecting anything. Guess display capture it is. Alright. So, Frostpunk, for those who do not know, is a city builder set in the post-apocalypse where everything's frozen over. There are multiple modes. New Home is this default scenario, and it's the default, but if you've completed, say, a New Home, which I did, or even if you haven't, they have other scenarios that you can run through. Then there's Endless Mode. Now, the descriptions may not be the most conducive, but basically what happens is, here's how it works. Serenity is essentially, you just want to be able to build, and so the game's relatively easy. It's just for people who like building and less of the survival aspect. The builders, from what I've been able to tell and research, this is essentially your standard gameplay loop, with one small exception. There is no heating. So, like, there's various tiers and upgrades where you can improve the insulation of your buildings. No, the only heating you're going to get in Builders mode is the generator and the steam pylons. That's it. You got to build everything around that. So, I'm going to go with Endurance. Because what Endurance is scarce resources, bitter cold, frequent blizzards. Every day will be a struggle. But I will be able to research insulation, so on and so forth. And considering the only way I actually completed the new game, the standard game, was basically by just getting all the insulation upgrades you can get, and then basically brute forcing through the end game. I'm going to try Endurance, because I feel like that's the one I have the best shot at. Now, there's a few different scenarios, as we can see here. There's the crater, which is the default for the game. And let's let's just go through them each. So the rifts. So built on a rocky shelf, small initial area, bridges needed for expansion, difficult access to. So basically, you can see you'd have to kind of build off onto other plateaus to expand. Looks interesting. Let's look at the next one. Hanging rock. Okay. A hanging rock protects the location of this generator from the prevailing winds, while a gently sloping entrance grants easy access to the Frostlands. Medium area, balanced, based on the Winterholm map. Snowdrifts. So, based on the refugees map, it's sort of a partial crater, as you can see. Small area requires careful planning. The Frozen Grove. Based on the Arcs map, medium area, frozen trees hinder expansion. Then we've got the Crags. So, large map, jagged rocks hamper city planning. We've got the Canyon. Small area, canyon walls constrain expansion. The Flats, very large area, resources may be far away. And we got the good old crater. Medium area, balanced. I'm personally leaning towards either flats or rifts. But seeing as this is our first stream, let's go with something a little bit easy and let's customize a flats campaign. People's needs, economy, society, aptitude. We could turn on random hazards. Let's turn off random hazards. Do we want to do both? Is it either or? So you can have random hazards and settlements. Alright, so you can find settlements which can help you deal with random hazards. You know what? Sure, why not? When hope or discontent start to get out of hand, look for laws and buildings that affect them. Yeah, that when I was in my end game, I just basically kept spamming. I went with a faith campaign, so I just kept spamming all the church people's abilities to keep control of discontent, and hope because it was very bad. At one point, we were like basically weathering a storm of a negative 120 degrees for about a week. That's fine. New Liverpool is just fine. Alright, so let us see here. What is our working area to look like? That's steel. We're not going to need steel. We're going to need wood. Coal. Steel. Wood crate. Iron ore deposit. Coal. That'll give me 5 free engineers to do engineer stuff. Now, can we power this up? I've got 50 coal. So let's power this baby up. And before we do that, let's see about getting some basic tents in play. 3 basic buildings. That'll at least get us 30 people who are we can help out. Can we do... Oh, we're starting off with purpose. Raise their hope. Let's go take a look at our other options. Adaption. Cemetery, child labor, emergency shifts, fighting arena, soup versus food additives. I have to build a fighting arena. You know, let's start with emergency shifts. Get that just unlocked. And we're gonna let... Oh, nope. I always like to watch the temperature overlay do its thing. About to pop the big floosh of heat. 3, 2, 1, and whoosh! That's always fun to watch. You need to get a workshop in, but not yet. It is going to have to be a priority, though. And we're going to go very fast. I feel like... What do we got here? Iron ore deposit, wood crates, steel wreckage. What do we got here? Coal, wood crates, more coal piles. I got plenty of wood at the moment. Something like that. Get a road out there, and what I need is gathering post. Trying to find the perfect spot. That is the perfect spot. And that allow them to gather from all three of those spots. And likewise, can I build a road out here somewhere? No. That'll work there. And then put a gathering post right there. And that'll at least get me started on gathering all the resources in these two areas. And then I can work on putting a post out over here. And, of course, one over in there. But for now, this will do. Get another tent in. Gotta get my infrastructure in place. What does a street lamp do? Why would I want a street lamp? Is it just it's just a tall decorative street lamp? What benefits does it offer me? Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, so you don't need any workers. You don't need any workers. You can get max workers. Likewise, you don't need workers. Don't need workers. Well, relax. You'll get your roads. Now, what about this batch here? Something like that. Perfect. Give you a road. But yeah, at some point I'm going to have to actually take it over in that direction as well. But that should get me started on at least the collection of the resources in my area. And screw it. Move forward and do your thing. We don't need any workers. You don't need any workers. You don't need any workers. You can get maximized workers. Where's it here? Gathering post. There. That is everybody doing their best. And I can pass another law. Let's go with adoption. Now, I see 3 people in the views. What do you guys say? Should we do child shelters? Children be safe if they stay in child shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. New building, child shelter. Hope will rise, providing all children with a place in child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. You'll have to build a child shelter. Alternatively, child labor, safe jobs. Children can work in safe jobs. And that can later on unlock child labor all jobs. However, something to note. even if you go with child shelters, because again, I did this in my previous campaign, it does actually give you options for children. All right, so there's this one first here. If you provide all children a shelter, you get a permanent hope bonus. But you may or may not be able to see it. There's an option over here that it unlocks where you can have the children be medical apprentices or engineering apprentices. And what that basically does is every child is going to act as a buff. So, for example, I did child engineers, which meant that my research got I got bonus research for every child. Alternatively, if you were to go medical, the obvious answer would be you get bonus, well, medical speed. So there are options. Do we want children to be doing safe jobs and eventually all jobs? Or do we want our children to be safe and eventually act as essentially a buff to either medicine or engineering? What's your thoughts, people? Child workers or child prodigies? And while you guys are deciding that, I'm just going to go and enable extended shifts because that's a safe option. But yes, that is your first big decision, chat. Do we go with child labor? Go with the buffs. I agree. That's what I liked. So we'll go with the buffs. Next time we're around there. I need to start building some other buildings, don't I? I've got my gathering stuff in place. Actually, it's still saying that there's no roads? Let's speed time along so I can get a little bit of wood coming in. I do have guys in multiple places doing multiple things. Alright. It is saying I need a road here. Ah, I see. That's not a proper road. And so they can't get out there. Now, got my gathering posts. I need to do medical at some point. Don't have the wood for that just yet. I'm gonna need a cookhouse. Heating level 1. Let's do a cookhouse there. I'd ideally like to have 2 cookhouses, but I don't have the wood to do 2. And let's see. I have to get a workshop as well. But that should be at least a start. We do need the cookhouse. So not eating raw food. Proper food is now being made. Get a second cookhouse on this side. Yeah, I don't know what it really does, but I think we'll put a nice little street lamp right here at the intersection. I don't know what it does, but I'll at least give it a shot. Keeps saying that it doesn't have a road. Let's do that. That might satisfy it. Roads look like they're connected. There we go. That's a coal deposit. Need a coal mine. That's just some wreckage. That's just some wreckage. That's just some wreckage. What I need to do is get out over here because we've got more wreckage over here. So let's go over to... Well, actually, no. Let's not keep putting it off. We need it. We need the workshop. It is an actual priority. One right here. I need to do the hunter's hut when I get some more wood. And I'm going to need to do medical when I get some more wood. And more tents. But we're coming along. We're doing pretty well at the moment. First off, we'll max you out. Make sure you're making proper meals. Alright, no roof over our heads. Shelter for 40 people. I think I can do 20 people. That's just 2 tents. Just need you guys to collect some wood. Alright, so we know what we were going to do. We said we were going to go child buffs with child shelters. Sign it into law. Max that out. Can't do any of this yet. We need to collect our supplies. Excellent. Let's start our research. Now, this I feel might be the priority because these buildings, we're not going to be able to deal with them for a while. Let's start on basic resource gathering. We need 2 more tents, minimum. We need a child shelter. We need a lot of stuff, actually. Need a medical center is what I need. But it's just the resources that's the problem. Alright, I got you. Where do I want to put my medical center? I'd like to try and keep everything kind of together. So if I need like multiples, So let's do that. Let's put the medical center right off the side. Well, no. Let's think about this for a second. Base heating level 1. So it needs to be relatively close. Because if it's got base heating like... Okay. Let's talk about how base heating works. When you see base heating level 1, that means that its initial heating is basically, well, level 1. The higher the number, the further out it can be, because that's its starting heating level. So you can see here, the child shelter can be a little bit further out. Since it's got a base heating level of 2, it can be essentially 2 blocks away from the heated core. Or technically 1 block, because, center plus 1. The medical post needs to be close because it's not well insulated by default. Okay. Can I fit 2 of them here? I think I might be able to fit 2 of them here. But what I'd like to do is have that be the hunters. So let's do it on this side. I still need to do our food gatherers. Don't have the 20 I need for that. But I will now. Now we have hunters who can go out and, well, hunt. We'll get you there so you have some basic food gathering going on. And again, yes, I know I need to do my child shelters. Level 2, so they can actually be a little bit further out. Basically behind these guys. I'm going to need 20 wood. And how many children do I have? Only 15. So I only need 1. Alright, that is our medical post. It needs 5 engineers. Adoption. So as we can see here, we've got either medical apprentices or engineering apprentices. So let's take a quick look at them. Children and child will be able to help medical facilities, raising their efficiency. Alternatively, children and child help at workshops, speeding up research. As cool as research is, and getting bonuses to research is nice, what you always run into problems with in Frostpunk is medicine and healing the sick. So let's train our children to be nurses. That's my level 2. We're going to put you right here. Right behind. Did I actually think this through? Yes. I'm putting them right behind the medical center. They get to sleep where they work, nearby at least. And I need 1 more tent, but I do not have the wood. Faster gathering is done. Let's get that last tent in place. And we'll go here to the hunter's shack, and we'll say, you get maximum workers. We'll say over here, I want to take out 5 of you, give you 5 engineers, so we can have maximum workers doing food gathering. And then let's speed things along. One-third of the sick for treatment. I think we can do that. I promise the sick will be treated. We are actually starting the treatment of the sick now. So we should be fine. Let's speed things along. I need 10. The children are ready and the children stay beside. People can work without worry about something will happen to their kids. Hope rises. Shelter promise fulfilled. Let the storm pass. Those are our hunters going off to hunt. Morning's up. Awesome. I've got enough for our first bit of stuff. Let's get the heaters so we can heat individual places when things get super cold. That's gonna be super important. I don't really have enough supplies for anything else, but let us see. Turn the camera around, get a better angle. And speed things along. Heaters are coming in. Nice. Hope will rise slightly because we took care of the children and we didn't send them off to work. We got a giant buff of hope. Now, medical post. You work 24 hours. You are functioning. You've got patients. Do I have enough to build a second medical post? Let's get a second medical post down, because that's definitely something we're going to need. Don't actually need more tent. Actually, no, we need 2 more tents, don't we? So let's take care of our population. Make sure none of them are homeless at the moment. There, that'll give us a little bit of a buffer as well. Speed things along. Heaters have been researched. We can now use heaters to heat workplaces, except for tents. Tents are too primitive. That's why you gotta upgrade tents. Now, steam hubs are going to be useful, but what'll be more useful, I think, might be this. But we're not quite there yet, are we? Not quite there for the beacons yet. The hunter gear will be useful, making our hunters more efficient. Get our last bit of extra housing in. No. Needs to go about here, and then from here, it's gonna go somewhere about here. That does seem roughly where I want to be, but not quite there. No, a little bit higher. Figuring out these arcs can be a bit annoying. But I think that might be where I want to send it to be. So, there. And let's go dismantle street. I don't need those ones. And that's being constructed. Speed things up. Everybody's got a home. Sick are being cared for. No one's homeless. We're building out towards our third resource dump. Food's going to be a bit of a problem right now. But we're getting the infrastructure in place. One of our people have died. Radical treatments. Yeah, we'll go radical treatments. Yeah, next one. Okay. So radical treatments is what we're doing currently. And what radical treatments is it means that there is, well, we're going to try and deal with the gravely ill instead of just leaving them to die. It opens up other options. The alternative to radical treatments is basically the gravely ill just kind of stay inside of the medical clinic, and we kind of just hope that their deaths are slow and painless, as opposed to actually trying to treat the gravely ill with something that may or may not kill them. But then there's cemetery versus corpse disposal. So we can establish a cemetery. Hope will rise slightly. There is no risk of disease from the unburied bodies. Each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours. You have to establish a cemetery. Alternatively, corpse disposal, which, if you might be able to notice the little things trailing off, the option is to build a giant snow pit, throw the bodies in there. The bodies are preserved for potential future use, which, as you might see, includes organ transplants. So our options are either ceremonial funerals and, the entire spiritual side of things, or ripping the organs out of the dead to help preserve the living. So yeah, that's our next big choice. Are we going to put in a cemetery or corpse disposal? Funerals or organ transplants? That's the big end goal. Funerals or organ transplants? I could do that. What does my consumption look like? And I've got to last for about a day and a half. I think we can do that. Let's throw it into overdrive for now. No, overdrive's not going to do any good. Alright. This is why we invested in heaters, which I believe we can afford, just barely. Get our roads over here. About there. And resources, gathering post. I put it here, I can get those, or I can get these. That is getting me steel. Steel. Wood crates. And that should do for now. Need 50 for the next tier. I mean, this is stuff I'm gonna have to worry about, need to worry about soon, but for now, not right now. Beacon's not a priority. Let's get the steam hubs started. They will be useful. Gathering post has been exhausted. You no longer serve a purpose. Dismantle you. Give the excess staff to you. Time to make a decision. Well, I did cemeteries before, so I'm gonna do corpse disposal. Let's see if those organ transplants turn out to be useful in the long run. What is the farthest I can put this? Oh, you know what? I can put you way, 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 way out here. Before I do that, that's the edge of my map, right? Leaving the dead in the heap for eventual use later on. Find a place for the dead. Yeah, here's where I really do need to start building upgrades for the generator. I need to bring in more food from my hunters, don't I? Alright, hunter's hut. That is 200. That's a hunter's hut on either side of the cookhouse. What's going to be the most useful? I mean, as soon as I can get an upgrade, these guys will all be blasted by the upgrade, so they should be fine. So let's not worry about that. Yeah, I know. Frostbite. Really can't do anything about it right now. All your resources are done. This is going to become a problem soon. There's only so much coal left over there. You're only going to be able to get so much stuff there. I need to now start seriously getting the infrastructure in place that I've been putting off. Sawmill, steelworks, coal thumper, pretty much all of them. Steel's not too bad. Wood, however. Now, where's the frozen wood that it would use? All over here, right? Yes. Big old chunk right here. Just have to build out to it. Adaption. Organ transplants. This way the dead continue to change survival. The sick recover faster. And what does open up? They will use for fertilizing the soil in the hothouses. Corpses can be used as fertilizer. Hope will fall. Discontent will rise slightly. And that's the end of that tree. So that's an interesting thing. And so instead of having funerals and honoring the dead, we can use them to save the living and then use them as fertilizer. An interesting tree. And we are warming up. But yes, I've got to get the cold tech. I've got to get my resources and my cold tech in place now. Gathering post completed. Yep. So it is over nearby this thing, so I don't think I can build the sawmill just yet, can I? Good. Make an exception to barium. Sawmill research. This is something I'm definitely going to need. So let's go over to resources. I need a sawmill. I need to put it about... Where's my best option? About there? What's closer? Going from here to here for 18 wood, 21 wood. It's roughly about the same, isn't it? We need the steelworks. Actually, before we do the steelworks, so there's our coal deposit, which we won't be able to really take advantage of right now. There's our iron ore deposit. So yeah, the steelworks would be right here. Now, that said, Doesn't require anything special like the cores. No. Now, look at this, a ton of coal, but right now let's focus on these other resources. So, or I can unlock the next tier at 50. We've got the wood coming in. We don't need the steel, really. And we really do need the generator upgrades, like, desperately. So I'm going to hold off. Let us get up to 50 wood, which we should be able to do now. So we've got plenty of metal at the moment. I'm well aware I don't have a research goal set. I promise the sick will be treated. Nope, speed forward. Amputees. Still not ready for that yet. Maximum workers. Now, plenty of wood coming in. Or should be coming in. Momentarily. Alright, new law. Adaption. Okay. Now, I don't need to do organic fertilizer just yet, so what are our options here? Care houses will end up opening up prosthetics, which is very cool because it allows the people who get amputated to go back to work. Alternatively, we can overcrowd our medical facilities, which doubles the capacity, or speed up recovery. I think capacity, honestly. They may be packed in like sardines, but they're being taken care of. No, he'll probably die, cut off his leg. Whether or not he likes it, don't worry. We'll get him prosthetic. He'll be fine. 80, yes. That's what we needed. And let's see. So I've got my sawmill, got my medical, got my cookhouse and my hunter's house. Can't really do much more with that. I don't have the people to support more. Workshops. Got the snow pit. Got the tent. Yeah, throw in a second one of these. Get a little bit more research going. Or eventually. Actually, no, I don't have the engineers. I can't support more research, can I? Um, no real point doing that. Let's go take a look at this public stuff. Where people can meet. How does this work? put like a small square there. We'll see if it's any good. And get time ticking along. So I really don't have the people to open up more facilities, unfortunately. I really should just, maybe I should do the beacon so I can send people out and try and get more settlers. Because right now, yeah, kind of limited on what I can do. I don't have the people to support it. So I've got, yeah, so that's probably what I'll do. Once I've done the drawing boards and upgraded the center there, because that's going to be an issue that's going to definitely keep coming back. Iron ore deposit. Coal deposit. If I can get those three things down, I'll be in a much better place. Even the thumper. Drawing board research. This is what I needed. So generator range. Get that going. That will definitely help because it'll warm up these guys on this ring. As you can see, a temperature drop is coming up, so that will not be the worst thing. I need resources, gathering post, and that is why I built this little thing going off from here. New law time. Adaption. And that opens up prosthetics. Have to build a care house. Gonna try and feed everybody. What is the temperature reading on the care house? 2. So yeah, you'll be fine here. This is our little medical district. But yeah, I need to get the generator upgrades. That's gonna be kind of important. Also, am I out? I am out of. I might be out of coal. That's gonna be a problem. And the generator is shutting down. Okay. Well, now I gotta get the. Now we need to get the coal. We don't have a choice. Coal's got to be a priority now. Yeah, I know. Generator's down. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I have no coal. Kinda overlooked that one. I didn't really overlook it. It's just there's so many other priorities that hit you at the same time. Yeah, I know. Give me a moment. We'll heat all the homes, don't you worry. We just need to finish our research that will allow us to do literally that. Now, absolute priority. So I have the charcoal kiln, which produces coal of 210. This produces 560. New law. We know what law we have to introduce. We kind of promised prosthetics. We're signing prosthetics. Get me my coal extractor. Need my coal extractor. I don't have any other choice. I promise the sick will be treated. Just relax. Doing the best I can, people. Seriously. Until we get coal in, you ain't getting shit, jack shit. There goes everybody, just flash dying. There. Coal thumper. That's exactly what I needed. I have a steam core. That'll allow us to do that one, so... That's iron ore. Where is it? It's over here. It's the coal depot. And over here, yes. Yes, 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 I know. People are dying. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Deal with it. Don't. I know. Can't do anything about it. Not ideal. But this is the only way it's going to work. Extended shifts on you. Need that coal coming in. Hope is too low. Hope is too low. Fighting arena I can do. Let's put it like, where's a good spot? I guess it makes the most sense to put it here. Trying to see where I can put it to affect the most amount of people. There. And just get some coal in. Just need some coal. Yes. Flame level 1. Everybody's dying. I am in really bad shape. Do I even have any engineers left? Need some engineers doing research. Really should have kept a closer eye on the, okay. Get the coal. Get the coal. Right, this way. Not addressing that right now. Coal mine, yes. If we can just get the coal taken care of, we'll be in so much better shape. We can turn wood into coal, that'll be no problem. I am going to run out of people. Got no people left. Alright, I'll take some people off of you. We need some people to get us the coal so no one freezes to death. Which they're already doing. Really should have done the coal earlier. I really should have been doing this much earlier. But I was distracted by other things. Okay, we've got 17. I'm going to go say rank 2. I'm going to say that. And hopefully, I think we're going to be good. No staff left. There is no people left to do anything. Once your coal goes away and you start freezing, that's really it. Yeah, well, we'll see if we can... Yeah. Yeah, I figured as much. You're banished from the city. No, I really didn't do my best. I really did not, did I? I did not do my best at all. Anyway, that's Frostpunk. And yeah, I was actually doing really well until I kept putting off getting more coal. Really should have prioritized that infrastructure, shouldn't I? All right. Well, shall we try it one more time? Let me end the stream and restart it as a proper second episode. Be right back.